When I walked down the when I walked down the when I walked Don't mess about with me. What are you trying now? Richard? Could you ring my phone, please? Wait. Are you ringing it? Are you ringing it? We're not hear it or see it. What's that? How ridiculous stuff. Bloody useless piece of shit. Right. Please be working. Yay! Good morning, everybody. Can we all... Whoops, it's not going so well this morning, is it? My microphone's falling over and my thing is collapsing. I've had this microphone for such a long time and I found it out the other day. Oh, yeah, it's working. Let me just mute that. Oh, that's me down here, isn't it? There we go. Right. Lovely to see everybody. Just getting sorted and getting things in the right place. I've had a bit of a move around. I've brought my computer upstairs actually because nobody else uses it really. I only use it for quiet stuff. So I've now set up this little corner. Yeah, so it's a little bit of a different view this morning. And I'm using a proper microphone, which I bought, I can't even remember how many years ago. And I used to do some recording on it and then didn't. And then managed to find it at the bottom of a box the other day. So I'm keeping it classy. You can only see the bottom bit, but I'm going to share it with you because I lost the nuts and bolts. So it's a bit of a bodge. It's got some blue tack and it's got some sellotape. So I think that sums me up really, doesn't it? So today my job is to, well, my husband's job is to try and sort that out. So it's really lovely to see you. I hope you've all had a really lovely weekend. I did. Yeah, I struggled with last weekend. I found it really odd. But this weekend, we had a really good time. We played chess yesterday. We play chess on holiday sometimes. We got chess out, and Sam was really good. Learned the moves really quickly. So yeah, he's bit of a chess fiend, so I imagine I'm going to be playing quite a bit of chess now. But that's no bad thing, is it? And then what else did we do? Bit of decorating, and that was, but it was just nice. We had a nice weekend, and twice on the radio as well. I mean, that was stressful. So, hiya, Francis, Sue, Martin, Marion, Alan, Annie, Senga, hiya, Sue, Jill. Hiya Alan, thank you for your email the other day, it was lovely. Senga, hiya Phil and Jan, well done Jan for the Grand National. Julie, hiya Jane, and hiya Leslie. So yeah, it's lovely to have you along, it really is. So I did a bit of a poll for this one to see which one would everybody would like to do today, and it is an oldie, but it's a real oldie. So if you know this one, then you've been singing with me probably since about the start, because I used to do it all of the time. And then I sort of dropped it really. I don't really know why. I haven't done it in a long time. But it's a really good song, and I've put a third part into it as well. Yeah. I hope you like it. So we're going to get warmed up first. I'm going to move my thingy out the way because, I like a bit of room. So we're going to have a bit of a rock from side to side. I'm standing up now, but if you're sitting down, then that's fine. But if you are standing up, then a bit of a rock from side to side. And then we're going to do a really good roll of the shoulders. I'm going to be recording my yoga class either today or tomorrow, and I'm doing a shoulder focus. So it's really important to try and keep all of this open. So we're going to take a nice breath in, bring them up as high as you can, really, and stand like a child stands when they're like a soldier. Oh, that's it, really tall. And then we're going to drop it down. Brilliant. I'm going to do that again. That's it, really tight, really tall, and then drop it down. Lovely, we're going to do that once more. Up, high as we can, can put tension everywhere, and then let it go. So it's nice and soft. I always love that. Do you remember that when you were at school and they'd say, and you were like that, so trying to get someone to listen to you. So yeah, so we're going to have nice soft shoulders, lovely, and then we're going to bring them right back. So we're going to open up across here, so just slide them back, almost like you're trying to bring your shoulder blades together, lovely, and then bring them forward, excellent, and then back again, and then bring them forward, lovely, and once more, and down, lovely. We're going to give our arms a bit of a shake. Excellent. And then we're just going to, so if you're sitting down, just keep the base really stable in the chair. We're just going to do a really sort of just bend over to the side. There we go. Lovely. And then down the other side as well. Excellent. And then down the other one. That's lovely. And down the other one. And then have a bit of a sort of a rock in the chair, just the top part, as far as you can, just to get softened up a little bit. Lovely. We don't want any tension when we're singing. Lovely. And then just do the jaw, bit of a side to side. Lovely. Oh, mine was a bit clicky there. Lovely. And do a big for me. That's it. Have a bit of a grumble for me. Lovely. Hiya Sandra. Hiya Pip. Hiya Mike and Mario and Jean as well. Oh, there's lots along today. I can't see my numbers underneath there. Oh, yeah, I've got 30 still. Brilliant. Right, so a little bit of a again. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then do a zzzz for me. Zzzz. Lovely. And that really comes from down below. Zzzz. Try that for me. Zzzz. Lovely. Let's try a voo. Voo. Lovely. Let's try a zzz. Zzz. Excellent. Let's do a voo again. Voo. Lovely. And then a zzzz. Zzzz. Lovely. And then a zzz. Zzz. Lovely. And then we're going to do a hung, hung. Lovely. And again for me. Hung. Lovely. Let's see how high we can take it. Hung. Lovely. Once more. Hung. Lovely. So if anybody who hasn't done that before, the hung comes at the end of the word. It's the ng at the end of hung. And a good way of checking whether you're doing it properly is to pinch your nose while you're doing it. Because if you're doing it properly, which is you're making the sound without making the vocal cords come together and bash each other, which we don't want in the morning or any time really, it should all be coming down the nose. So you do hung, and it should stop as you come down. So that's always a good way of sort of checking if you're doing it right. And that's a good way with humming as well, because sometimes with humming, we can think it's more of a hum, but we really want it so when you pinch your nose, because even a hum is coming out of your nose. So it's fascinating, isn't it? So again, we're going to do a few more of those. Hung, and again. Hung, and again. Hung, and again. Hung, and again. No, that's lovely. So we want nice soft shoulders, got a nice soft jaw. Do a bit of a blubber for me. Lovely. And get that tongue really loosened up. We're going to get rid of any sort of tension. We're all nice and soft in our bodies. We're all nice and soft in our voice as well. And then we're going to do a oh for me. Oh, lovely. And again for me. Oh, brilliant. And again. Oh, lovely. Let's do it on an ooh. Ooh, lovely. And an E. E. Lovely. Let's do that again. E. Lovely. So we're all nice and warmed up. So I'm going to get the words for this song for you. They're dead easy. And then some people are going to go, oh my gosh, we haven't done that one in ages. When I, oh, that's a bit far away, isn't it? Let me have a think about that. So, you know that Father Ted sketch when he says, close, far away. Right, I might have to have a think about that. I'm going to hold them up for you here. So, it's when I walk down the street are the words. So, it's quite an easy little song. Oh, that's better actually, isn't it? Let's pop them there. Yeah. I'll do them bigger tomorrow. So, when I walk down the street, I'm going to do, we can all start on the same part with this. So, I'm going to do that part for you. I'm just starting it so I can get the right tune. When I walk. So that's the start note. So, first line. So we can all start on this. So it's got a real dance to it and it goes, when I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Do you want to try it for me? When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Let's do that again. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Brilliant. Next line. When I walk down the street. Do you want to try it for me? When I walk down the street. Let's do that again. When I walk down the street. So it changes there. I'll do it up to there. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street. Let's do that, sir. When I walk, off we go. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street. Brilliant. I hear music everywhere. So that bit doesn't change. So when I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. So those are the two lines. It's one of those songs that I love because the third line is the same as the first one. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Is that okay? So let's do those three lines together. When I walk, off we go. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And this last line's amazing. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So it's a good old gospel tune for us to sing along. I'm not so sure of the origins. I think Nakomo did a version, which I think this is a patched version together. I'm not sure even where I learnt this song from. I don't really remember, which isn't very good, but you know. But there's parts of it in a Rosetta Tharpe song. If you've ever looked at Rosetta Tharpe, I might post a video up of her actually. Amazing. And there's a song that she does called Up in the Air, which is similar to this. So I think it's sort of come together from that really. Lots of people watching this morning. Hello to you all. And if you've joined me after listening to me on Radio WM, thank you for coming along. So we want nice soft shoulders. So we're all going to start on this part. I'm going to play the teach track for you so you can sing along with it, and I'll guide it through. So when I walk down the street, just the first part. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Was that all right? Hiya, June. So that's the first part, and that repeats round. We're going to do, I said heaven in a minute. So I'm going to put the high part in now, which is exactly the same pretty much as what you just heard. You just take it up. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So it never really takes much teaching on the highs because it sort of just sits on top of that lower part. So it's a really nice part. So we'll do that again, and then I'll put the two parts together. So when I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So let's put those two bits together and give it a go. So it starts with the lower part first. So off we go. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. On the highs. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Is that okay? You had a sneaky preview then of my cousin Louis, Louis, singing the low part for us. So I put a low part into this. So that's the high and the low part together, and then when the high part comes in, the low part also comes in. So lows, you always used to teach this and you would stick on the tune. So if you don't like this part, stick on the tune, it's fine. But if you'd like to try something different, yours is coming in as a repeat. So when I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. So it comes in afterwards. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. So you're not singing the when I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Then the tune goes, when I walk down and you go down the street, I hear music everywhere. Third line the same. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Where I think that's right. So it comes in afterwards. So let's have a listen to that one. I'm going to play that one just a little bit. I'm going to put it with the tune so you can hear that. I'm just going to play it down to there. Yeah, let's give that a go. So this is the tune and then the low part so you can hear how it fits together. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Off we go lows. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Is that all right? So those are all the four parts together. So we'll do that again. I will come in with the lows. So I'll start the tune off. Highs, you're just doing the same, just a little bit higher, and then I'll direct the low part just so you can hear how that echo goes together. Is that all right? So let's give that a go. It's a good song, isn't it? Such a happy song. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Let's do it again. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Is that all right? Well done. So, then we get to the really exciting bit. So we do that a few times through, and then we finish up with this heaven part. So middles, it's like a step up. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. It's the high part, it's the middle part. So, and you've got a clap after, which I'll try and do if my microphone chooses not to fall over. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Is that okay? So highs, I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So that's the middle and the high part. So lows, you're coming in with the middles, but then you bring it down. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So this believe is the same as what you've already learnt for that one. It's just the heaven steps up. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Is that all right? So that's the low part that's coming in underneath. Let me just play it for you so you can hear it all come to. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Give it a go. I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Should we do it once more? I said heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So you can hear where it's going, can't you? Full on going for it. So that's the whole part. So I know it seems quite a big song to teach on the morning, but I think it's quite sort of, you know, it all sort of makes sense and links together really well. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do, let's do the tune all the way through, if I can remember which it's on which, and then you can hear how the heavens come in, because it's all helpful for everybody. So if you want to have a stand up, then we'll have a bit of a rock from side to side. Lovely. So we want our feet hip width apart. We want nice soft knees, nice soft shoulders. We want a bit of a bounce, especially for this song. So we're going to run it. We're going to run the tune through up until the first lot of heaven, so you can feel how it links together. And as I say, if you're on the other parts, then sing whichever part you fancy. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the streets, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the streets, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. When I walk down the that's where the highs go. I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Now we're into the heavens. I said, heaven, 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 and I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So the heavens come straight in. I've done it 4 times, I think, and then we go into the heavens. So the middles you keep on the tune. Highs, I said heaven, and lows, I said heaven, heaven, heaven. So we're going to play it all through now with all the parts and see what you think. So we won't do it properly yet, so we're just sort of practicing it through. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. All together now. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. Well done. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Heaven. I said heaven. Let's do one more lots of heavens. Heaven, 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 heaven. I believe there's a heaven somewhere. So there it is, all the way through. Obviously, when we do it through properly, we'll do it right through to the end. And yeah, so what I'd say when you're singing it at home is on the believes. It's really fast, so just really, and I believe, go really into that E sound, and I believe. Really, it's really good work on the diaphragm, and I believe, or whatever the tune is for your part. And on your, and I believe there's a heaven some, take a good breath, where, again, it's really good vocal practice, sort of getting that really real sort of lift up to come back down. When you can put all sorts of dynamics into it. It's a fab one. I enjoy it. It's always been a good performance one as well. There's a lovely video of us from Voices Entwined singing it with some children. because it was one of my go-to ones for a long time. I always used to teach it because it's such an easy teach. Anyway, so shall we go for it? Shall we go through it all the way through? For those who know it, let me know what you think of the new low part, because I think it sort of adds to it, doesn't it? It's nice. Right, so I'm going to get us stood up now. If you don't want to, that's fine. But I'm going to imagine that you all are. And we're going to have a bit of a rock from side to side. I'm going to come round in a circle. Get those hips are moving. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And we are going to have a bit of a rock of the shoulders. Oh, I'll move that back. That doesn't work as well there, does it? Lovely. Nice, soft shoulders. Really drop them down into the back. Drop them down, and as we do, bob those knees up and down. Lovely, bit of a shake of the hands. Lovely, up here, down there. So we're nice and soft, nice and ready. And we're going to sing it all the way through. Enjoy and do lots of clapping and really sort of go for it at the end with the "and I believe." Right, enjoy. Off we go. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. All together. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. And again, when I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. When I walk down the street, I hear music everywhere. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Off we go with the clapping. I said, heaven, 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 heaven. I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Let's do that again. I said, heaven, 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 heaven. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. Let's do it again. I said, heaven, 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 heaven. And I believe there's a heaven somewhere. And that's the whole song. Give yourselves a round of applause. I am going to put that one up onto YouTube. It's so you can have a sing along with it later. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that one. It's been really good fun to revisit one of my oldies but goodies. So there we go. So yeah, lots of clapping. I always used to say, I said heaven, 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 heaven. There's not supposed to be a clap at the end, but I was clapping. But hey, it doesn't matter, does it? So I will get that one up onto YouTube so you can have a listen to that. I hope you've enjoyed it this morning. I have. I really, really look forward to it. And yeah, it's really good. So for those on Patreon, oh, thank you, Jill. It's a lovely song, isn't it? I really, yeah. I'd say when I was looking through songs to do, got lots of steps in Marion. Absolutely. I think I'm going to have to keep a chart. Maybe if we do, if people wear pedometers, yes, I think, because, yeah, I'll put all the tracks up on to Patreon. So, gosh, Leslie, so I haven't really taught it for a long time, have I? Wow. Yeah, so I'll put the tracks up on for those who on Patreon and everything, and I will put it up onto YouTube so you can have a sing along. And I'm sure as we go through this period of time that some of the ones we can always revisit. But if you have a look at Rosetta Tharpe, it's based on one of her songs. Oh, thank you, Annie. Did you like the new low part, Annie? I think it's sort of added to it, because when I used to do it before, which I might have mentioned, I just used to have the 2 parts, which is one of the reasons I sort of stopped doing it, because we sort of got to the point where 2 parts were like, we can do them dead easy. So it's nice to have a 3rd part in as well. So I mean, and now 4th part. So and maybe sometimes even 5 parts, because we're so brilliant. Anyway, just thank you so much for coming along this morning. And I will be here tomorrow morning in my little studio. I quite like it. I've been singing along, and I've got GarageBand on my iPad, but it's not as good as GarageBand on the computer. So hopefully it sounded a bit better today as well. I go back and review always. Yes, it is. I think it is better for people with me on the telly, because you don't have to sit in front of a computer then, do you? Oh, thank you, Julie. I'm going to have a look at that Hawaiian thing today that I mentioned, the Madagascan song. I'm going to have a look at that today. I haven't had a chance over the weekend to get my head around that properly. And also, I'm going to put together a video of Lean On Me. So even if you didn't sing it on Sunday, send a photo of you just singing along of a morning, if you'd be happy to, if it was just the back of your head. And I'm going to put a compilation together of, I thought it would just be really nice to have people singing along. And there was loads of lovely videos going up from the Community Choir Festival yesterday. Some of our outstanding moments, just absolutely lovely. So yeah, it was lovely actually. Yeah, I thought I'd be really fed up about it, but no, I enjoyed watching them, and it cheered me. So anyway, I'm gas bagging now, aren't I? Thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy. I'm going to listen back and check all the sound on that, and tomorrow it's another oldie, but not as old, and another goodie. And personally, I think it sounds, it's good to revisit it. So thank you so much, everybody. If I've forgotten anything, then message me over the course of the day. And it's been lovely. I don't want to go. I have to go and do the housework. Well, I don't pretend, but you know, I've got to put some washing on. Anyway, it's been lovely. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care. Bye.